everybody. Good morning. It's Monday Makes with Mariah. That's me. And I got Mailbag, so it's not only Mariah Makes Monday, but we got a Mailbag.
All's good.
All's good in the world. All right, my Arty friends, do say hello in the chat so I can say hello back. Otherwise, I do not know that you were here. I like to know that you were here because we are an Arty-friendly bunch, and that's how I know that you're here, and then I can say hello back. Numero uno. Please give that thumbsy upsy. Should be somewhere, in this vicinity. Right here, Boop, boop, boop. Somewhere along there. That's that boop there. That's what we call a thumbsy upsy. Mucho appreciation of that one as well, tambien. If you're new here, welcome, subscribe, and do all that YouTube-y business that one does. That's some, over here, there's subscribe, and then you ring some bells and do all that. We do this 4 times a week. Art. And chat. And funny. Those are the things that mainly happen here. Mainly. A lot of food talk, We like food and weather. And Jocelyn, hey, oh goodness, girl, I'm so sorry that you're still struggling over there. I mean, poor thing. Power problems and all sorts of business. Weather's nuts. Anyway, I hope you're doing well. Sending warm hugs to you. Let's say hello to everybody. Oh, and then together we are PM Artist Studio. That's P over there. She doesn't show her face on Mondays.
Do we sing on this day?
Oh, sometimes we do. You want to sing? You feeling singy?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty singy.
Okay, well, that's P over there.
M over there.
Patricia.
Mariah.
And together we are PM Artist Studio. Sue is here. Good, because I'm going to show him a bag that was sent to me, even though it was P's birthday. I got some too. That makes me feel special. Alice is here. Becky, Cookie Wookie, that's Mo, Cynthia, Darcy, Darlene, Diane, Eddie, Holly, Jenny. Jenny, I know I owe you some comments. Maybe P answered them. She might have done that as well. But
oh yeah,
some of them.
The paint. On
but she went to an older video, so I got some answers that I do owe her.
Oh, okay.
If you think about it, ask them in the chat, and I'll do it there too. But if you want a little quicker answer. Jocelyn's here. Lindsay, Lori Girl, Lydia, Michelle, Patricia, Pfeiffer, Panka, Sepha, Star Traveler, that's Linda, the Shelley Studio, that's Margot, and Veronica is here. If I missed you, it wasn't on purpose. I just simply, give me some extra hello hands like Veronica did, and, Pinky, hello, love Pinky, hello, Laura. Hey, Cheryl. All right, so it is the beginning of the month. But this is also the last day that you can sign up. So if you were doing a scrap swap or a one of the event swap, which is I believe ATCs this month, that one's headed up by Becky, and then the scrap swap is headed up by Rhonda. You need to do that over Makers. That's the Makers of Mixed Media Art and Artists Facebook group. That's where many of these lovely folks that you see here in the chat hang out. They swap things, we do things, and I will be partaking in the color combo and the collage prompts if I can, I'm going to do my darndest.
I can find things for you.
I know. And we need to talk through some things. This is just, I don't have a set vision yet. Sometimes that's more fun.
That is. And you don't have to worry about messing it up because you don't know what you've got.
But I do have some information I thought it'd be fun. At least, for the very least, conversation-wise, I got some stuff. Okay, so did I mention everything? Scrap swap, ATC swap, color combo, collage prompts. Is that everything?
I don't know. Hello, all of you people that are saying hello.
Okay. Hey, Tegan. All right, got everybody? Yeah, she just doesn't show her face on Monday because it's my day. She's supposed to be pleasant and reading chat.
I am.
We don't always hit those marks.
I am here, Jenny. I promise. I'm here.
And every time I see Jenny, I'm like, Jenny. Yeah, it plays in my head. I don't know why, but it does. All right, let's go top view here. This is the mailbag.
Oh, did you see Margie's pink hands?
Hello, Margie. She was here early. And then you didn't pop up on those. Hey, Gray. Okay. It's actually Patricia's vest that I have stolen. It fits me better.
Oh, I just don't zip it.
She don't zip it. She can get her arms in it. I have some of those coats from earlier, and I'm like, well, you know, this is not a, don't wear it if you want to bundle up. It's not a bundler upper. It's just a looking cute kind of thing.
It's an Orbis that I got at Costco for like half the price of.
Yeah, let me tell you, these little boogers can be quite pricey because I've been on a hunt for lighter weight ones. But anyway, that's a whole other, you know, me not necessarily needing things, but I do like them because you know, sometimes wearing a bulky coat is, but you want to be warm.
And
it
has zipper pockets on all levels.
That's really nice. That's the other thing that I really love, because then I am not a purse carrier. And so I can put all my junk that I need and have it on my body. And I like that. So there you go.
Margie wants to know if her book has been sent out.
Yes. Should be coming with your order, my love. But I'm glad that you asked. It almost didn't make it in there. And I was like, I feel like I have something that I'm supposed to send to Margie. So yes. But it's all unfolded, so you got to fold it back. Because I didn't want it to get stuck together. Because P hadn't glued it, remember? Because you requested that and no signature. Because she said that she was cool with that because she might do some things to it. Okay. All right. So I'm going to start with like maybe the oldest thing that is here because Yolande had sent this to me. Hey, Carrie. Like Christmas time. And it's just, you know, it sat over there and then I was going to show it and then, you know, all kinds of things happening. So she sent me a cool little packet of stuff that has her address on it. I'm just going to move that over there.
Hello, Glenda. Glenda just joined us.
Okay. Hello, Glenda. Welcome, welcome. But check this out. I'm pretty sure that, now you're going to have to go further back. Like I said, I've had this for a while. So if you want to see Yolande do this, she did do it on stream. But it's going to be a little while back. Probably look for it in the thumbnail. I would assume. I'm trying to remember back myself. I feel like it was shown in the thumbnail. And then check out this marbling paper. We always talk about wanting to do some marbling, but just don't have the setup. Because you kind of need space to do it. Because you need different trays of things and more flat surface than what we typically have available. Now we could do it down in the kitchen, but it wouldn't be something we'd be able to do on camera. Love this.
Everybody's saying that's gorgeous.
Yeah, it really is. And I believe this was kind of a long haul, if I'm not mistaken, but it also looks like alcohol ink. So maybe if Yolande comes in a little later, she can tell us. And she hooked me up with some washi tape, which I need to, now that I'm separating everything out, I'm going to put this in my little drawer where all my other washi tape is. Because that's how one finds things. Now, I think this stuff is for Izzy. Because usually she said, yeah, see, stickers for Izzy. Although we need to take a look. Is there anything I would like to take from her? It's all fair.
Yeah, what she doesn't know. Hello, Emma.
Dear Patricia, Mariah, Izzy, Brad. See, season's greetings. No, it was from... It's been a while. Belated, yes. And then there was that whole Canadian Post thing that was going on. And yes, that was so sweet. That's so cute. Look at that. Oh, that's what she did, her little Lucy stamp. Then made pieces that, little outfits. That was very creative. And this is her chair stamp. So, check that out. Like I said, so yeah, I think that stuff is from around Christmas or even before, perhaps. Look at that. Ooh, love that.
That is just
Sumigashi paper by Devin Rex for art. All right. Thank you, Devin. So sorry that it took me like forever. Okay. This one, I believe, was my card from Hanka. Yes. I think I showed this, but maybe I didn't because I said that I was going to show it on my stream and then I didn't. And so, yeah, that's a Pinka card right there. It's beautiful. I'm going to hang it up over here. That's where that goes.
Beautiful.
And then Panka did send Izzy some things, and we haven't really gotten to that. It's not quite Easter, so, but she also sent me a video. I love it. We're getting all this origami. It's like the universe is telling us that we need to be, you know, stepping it up with our folding abilities, and we need to learn some things.
I used to hand it to my kids and let them figure it out. I always had one or two kids in every class that was really on it, like a duck.
Oh yeah, that loved it. And then there were some that are just like, "Can we be over this? Because this is not my thing."
And I'm just like, you need to pay attention, watch what this kid's doing.
Go hang out with the kid that's got 20 of them.
I just have them take over. And they loved it.
Right. Okay.
I mean, we're talking about second graders here, folks. Not advanced. High school students don't want to take over anything.
No, they're like, oh.
They want you just to let them sleep.
Yeah. Okay, so look at all this. Oh, now you showed a lot of this stuff.
No.
I have my own?
This is your own.
Wow.
I know. I think I should have taken some of those stickers out because I think you got more stickers than I did.
I did get more stickers. Now, some of y'all in your packets, because P went on, because she loved the stickers. I couldn't believe that she sent them on, but they did look fabulous. So on
I didn't
some of the little
send
packet,
all of them on.
I know there were only about maybe a handful.
I think 4 I used stickers on.
That's almost a handful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you reading chat?
Uh-huh.
Hi, Emma.
The round stickers are wonderful.
Yeah.
And Jenny wants to know, how old is Izzy?
She is about to be 8. Like, seriously, in a month.
Well, I wanted to know how she got those printed. Those stickers.
Well,
why isn't there any stuff in between them?
Because she peeled that off.
Oh.
She's very impressed by this until she realized.
Very impressed.
She's less impressed now, Sue.
I'm less impressed now. Officially.
Your ability to, you know, get that bleed. Woo. And then wipe up those edges.
This is totally. Well, I knew it was slicky paper. I thought maybe, you know, that might have something to do with
right.
it.
I love that. That's funny. I'm glad that y'all got to witness that moment.
Okay. Becky wants to know who made the stickers.
Sue. I'm sorry. Sue Mott. Yeah.
She made everything in this bag.
And then I got my own compass.
And remember, I showed you my bag the other day.
She did.
We're bagging out.
Oh, see, look, she had fun cleaning out a used drafting compasses, all of them better. Yep, that is awesome. So we, hot glue, finger protectors. Okay, yeah, Izzy took those, by the way. I think P has some of those, and then because I don't have any in
yeah, Izzy,
I do. I have purple
you have
ones.
some, I think.
I do. I have purple ones. Izzy has pink ones. What color were yours?
What color were mine?
We put them on the jars at the top here. That's the way we find them.
I think mine were yellow.
Okay, and then I got my own little ropey thing.
Sue said she weeded the stuff in between, so see, she's got a sense of humor also. Oh, that Kumanaga stuff. I know. We've got to figure out how to.
Yeah, because it totally goes with my outfit.
Yeah. Oh, yours swirls. Mine's straight.
Yeah. That's cool.
No, Izzy really, she loved her bracelets.
And it's some of that.
And I told her she should.
Hey, that stuff's hard to work with, this slicky business.
Oh, I don't like it at all. It makes me.
So that in itself is impressive. Trying to think about how I can wear this today. Okay, well, that's a different thought. That's a different thought. I'm not going to obsess about that as much as I would like to. Sorry, no. Okay, that's what I think that's right? That's what that is. That's fabulous. Okay, and these are the cool little envelopes that P was talking about the other day. And then okay. Wings are just for fun. They have been waxed. Okay, I got some waxed wings.
Yeah, I got some wax. I had waxed wings too.
Look at that. Oh yeah, I can smell the. Is it the? I'm pretty sure it's the Prima stuff. I don't know. That smells
now see, that's the one that my little packet was made out of. That stuff. No, not the wings.
Oh yeah,
paper.
Sorry. Napkin laid out on plastic and washed with glue and water. The envelopes are die cuts. Awesome. you can kind of do I mean, well, it is similar. Of course, it's similar, but you can do this with Mod Podge as well. I mean, basically same thing. You know, this is glue. Mod Podge works well for it too.
Yeah, we did some of those.
We did, and we kind of came across accidentally.
Yeah.
You could do it to fabric as well, or even just like that floral stuff. See, this is why I don't like wearing like red lipstick. Okay, that's pretty nifty. I really love that. And see, then another little envelope thing. So this was a die cut that you have. Ooh, and look at these napkins. And then Gigi or P gave me. We might mess with this today. I don't know. We'll see how far we get with my whole other idea of collage prompts and whatnot. This is a fab napkin.
Hello, Paula.
Oh, this is fun. I might put this in with my other project. I'm going to do that. It kind of goes. Okay, so I got a pair. Each wings, I got a pair. Wonderful. That's fun. Post-it notes. Ooh, these are the slicky ones. Oh, I love it. Thank you, Sue. This is just some of my, ooh, and more stickers and the blue ones. Love those. I'll think about something special.
Hello, Tina Svanberg.
And I even got my own spoon. You know, we love a spoon around here. I'm going to put mine over on this side.
Yeah, now see, I think those stickers belong to me.
I don't think that you know that.
Well, you got 3. I only got 2.
This is my bag. This is Mariah.
I know, but I think maybe she got it in the wrong one. Could you clarify that for us, please?
So she'd like to steal my stickers.
Did
she wants your authorization.
Gray was to go into my bag, right? Wink, wink.
Ooh, this is nice. Look at that pucker on there. That is some.
That's some serious puckering. Now, that's stickery paper too?
I thought so, but no, I don't.
Yeah, I didn't think it was.
But it is an interesting feeling. Like, I don't. Maybe it is 32-pound hammer. Other people's hammer mill feels different. We feel like that's true. It could just be the paint. Oh, and this is the deep dive fish. Over the so the round ones are the. Which one is this though? No, this is Paula. Is Paula here? Yeah, Paula's here. Paula, tell us which one's in the background there. This one. And I'm pretty sure that's a Paula stencil, right?
I don't know that.
Yeah. It's
and
the
Sue said it
one.
is copy paper.
Okay. Wow, fabulous stuff. I can't wait to use some of this. I'm going to keep some of it together. I did put the 1 or 2 napkins in with my other things.
Hello, 331 Christina.
Right here, so I can remember. Tools.
Deep fried fish.
Deep fried fish. Well, I guess it depends on what you do with them. Deep dive. Dive. Okay, that's so great. All right, guys. So that concludes Mailbag Monday. I'm actually gonna.
Anina, hello.
All that business in there. I'm gonna put that.
That was some awesome happy mail. I'll tell you what, Izzy was totally stoked, and let me tell you, we started on the little paper bag journal thing, and it was just a little beyond my meager skills of putting something together, because there was a right way to do it. And I have eagle eyes Izzy
let me tell
looking over my shoulder, being all judgy.
She really is.
And
I'm like,
I just handed it to her and I said, I think this is something you and your mother need to work on.
Oh, I'm glad that I got thrown into that. That's That's
Well,
not nice.
you know, I just had all these ideas of things to do with it, and she was not having any of it. She wanted it to look like the one that Sue sent.
Yeah, Sue.
And I just said,
need to come over.
Let me show you how this envelope folding stuff worked out. So finally, she just snatched. I was kind of in the process of bagging it up, and she
Hello,
just
Anita.
snatched it away from me and grabbed the other stuff and left.
Took off.
She didn't want me experimenting.
Yeah, with the stuff.
Hello, Miriam.
Okay, so the Maker's Collage. Sorry, I kind of miscalculated on size, but I did want it to fit on my postcard too. So that was part of my reasoning. Just, size matters, but sometimes we misjudge. So yes, the Maker's Collage prompt theme, April 2025, is Facets of Me. Create a collage reflecting the different layers of your sides of your personality. If you want to know more, they have suggestions and all of that. You can find that over in Makers, and that is the Makers of Mixed Media Art and Artists Facebook group. So,
Okay,
more information
Diane, I will do that.
These are the color combos. I just always I print out different versions. Well, number one, I create my own because I have my little system down now. And I like my things over here because I like to put my swatches of things over here. And then I got real creative because the mark making element this month is dots. And look, I even made my black in dots.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. And then you can do metallics, which will, whatever we used it as metallic-y, we will do that there. My whole Facets of Me thing, and I thought we might see what is in the create this book too. This is the Mariah Elizabeth, because I like to kind of combo these prompts with some of these prompts. And then what we end up doing is, putting it all together. I make some kind of thing, and then I put another thing into this thing. These are the little prompts that are here, and I color that, and I make a match. If you're new to this, what I've been doing since the beginning of the year. I mean, look at me. I feel very consistent, and I love that. See? Prompt.
Carla has some ideas for this.
Okay. Prompt. And prompt. Prompt. I am entertaining myself today. Fantastic. Okay.
Yeah, they always say.
Yeah, I mean, you can do it.
Can't laugh at yourself.
That's right.
That's the person you're going to live with for the rest of your life.
Okay.
I guess maybe you're just not funny.
So I was like, okay, well, what is this whole, what does this whole Facets of Me mean? And so I Googled some. I was like, all right, well, facets of a personality. And it just so happens that, of course, somebody has created some little 5-point system thing, which I thought was very clever. And also, a way to remember it is ocean, which I thought was pretty cool. And here it is. The 5-factor model, also known as the Big 5, which I did a little thingy here because I liked this. This was kind of cool. And I wanted to show it to y'all. I didn't mean to print it out in grayscale, but I ran out of time. I wanted it to be all kind of a peachy color, but we can make that happen. See, look at us, already messing things up in order to then problem solve our own problems we created ourselves. It's important. It happens a lot in art. So, the 5 things are openness to experience. This trait encompasses facets like fantasy, aesthetics, feelings, actions, ideas, and values. I thought it might be kind of fun if y'all would throw into the chat, as far as about me, because sometimes other people, the way they view you is much different than you view yourself. And I thought it might be kind of fun. So under openness to experience, I would love to hear some of y'all's ideas about what I should put down for me in my book. Because I think I'm going to do this sort of thing, but I'm going to put the words in the hooty-doo versus the actual, the point. So what do you think? Openness to experience.
Yes. Eddie wrote that down on his.
Mm-hmm.
What's your C?
Well, no, I want to know what my openness to experience is. This trait encompasses facets like fantasy, aesthetics, feelings.
Well, I think it's also losing the fear of reaching out to people. That would come under.
She doesn't
openness.
understand what's happening. Okay, so for my oh God, I hate these pens.
Just give that to me.
Here, you take that terrible pen. All right, we're gonna use orange since this is one of our carrot curl. We're gonna go with. This isn't. This is the.
I think it's in the process of running out of ink.
Conceptually organized. See, Lori girl, she's on it. I think one of the things that like it gave examples, which I didn't want to like print that part out because I was like, well, I don't want it to be like, oh, well, that fits this kind of thing. But to me, I like, okay, so it's more painting in the attic extra. So, like, this would, I would say, like, openness to experience. I'm certainly, I think, more open than this one over here.
BS.
So, my artistic, I'm very artistic, but also have a sense of artistic and open. Like, it is wider. I don't know. It's hard to explain this. This went better in my head. Are you paying attention?
You told me I didn't know.
You paying attention would help. So what we're trying to do is like under this one, openness to experience. What would you say about me as far as that is concerned?
I just didn't. You said I didn't get it.
So say it again. She didn't remember. I don't remember either. Openness to experience.
I'm not going to say it anymore because you said it wasn't right.
Actions, ideas, and values.
Actions, ideas. Well, you take things and you go with it.
Okay,
like,
there. Okay, artistic.
Well, but ideas. You take an idea and then you do something with it. I mean, I'm just thinking about applicable.
Okay, and make it applicable.
Make it fit.
Okay, I like fit better. Make it fit.
Yeah, there's less.
Yeah, and I don't have to figure out how to
syllables.
yeah, applicable. Fit. Okay, I like that. Artistic take ideas and make it fit. I like it. Okay. So, consciousness. This trait includes facets such as competence, order, dutifulness, achievement.
Okay, it's conscientious.
Conscientiousness.
Consciousness is if you're awake, not asleep. We hope that. I'm getting better here with the second cup of coffee.
And less judgment.
You're very meticulous to details.
Details, girl, details. So this is our C. Details. But you know, I would have to say that
you're a little fussy.
I am particular. Let's do this. Details. Particular. But like know what?
Less judgy. Fussy, I guess, is kind of
particular. And fussy. No, I like that. That's fussy. Fussy's right. Okay. Details. Particular. Fussy.
Aware of ideas.
It also depends on what it is, because there are some things that I am not.
Other people are putting down the same thing. Detail oriented.
Y'all are rocking. Good job.
And Alice is equally confused.
That's fine.
Alice, we just, I still don't know if I'm fully got what we're doing here, but we're just going to go with it.
Extroversion. This trait is characterized by facets like warmth, gregariousness, assertiveness, activity, excitement seeking, and positive emotions. Like some of these, I just want to say yes. Yes. All of those things. Sort of. And it also depends on the situation. Because in some situations, I am not. And in some situations, she's like, I think we're all like that. This is situational.
Extroversion.
Yeah.
What is that?
Extroversion. This trait is characterized by facets like warmth, gregariousness, assertiveness.
Well, there you go.
I am less assertive than this one.
But she's a lot nicer about it.
Yeah.
Yes, she's very she's hypersensitive.
Mm-hmm. So, what do we want to put there?
And Darcy says, yes, she experienced all of them when she met you.
Aww.
And Eddie says, use examples from your life to describe each one.
Oh, is that how this should work? I don't know. I just like the ocean thing. Maybe we just do it, and then it's like, and then I'll do like what P does, put a little asterisk and say,
yeah,
see source read for more details.
Rhonda says you're an empath.
She is. I like that. I'm going to put that on the E, empath. Because my friend Christy and I, we hung out over the weekend. This is, and she's like, it's because we're empaths. Because we feel a lot of other people's feelings, and it gets like, you can just feel it. I can be next to somebody and know that they are.
Yeah, they're not right with the world.
I can't even, like, this is the way it feels to me. Yeah.
I just, if I feel that, I just turn around and go the other way.
She's not going to engage with that.
Well, unless I've had,
yeah,
a couple of shots of bourbon, then I'll engage. and that turns into another whole thing.
Okay, agreeableness. This trait is associated with facets like trust, straightforwardness, altruism, compliance, modesty, and tender-mindedness. I'm actually working on becoming less of these things because I think that some of these traits, even though they are maybe good with people that you know well, do not serve you well in the public or serve you well to getting sugar business done.
Any trait taken to extreme becomes a liability.
Yes.
You can write that down somewhere.
Mm-hmm. So I like the straightforwardness. I'm working on this. I like this discussion. I mean, at the very least, we're having a discussion.
Alice says, I am ocean, always changing with the tides.
Yes. See, I feel like a lot of this is very fluctuating. And again, situational. But I like this mindedness. I'm going to write that down as mine. I like these words and I'm just going to go with it. Mindedness. All right. Neuroticism.
Neuroeroticism?
No.
Excited nerves?
Well, I do. Yeah. And like I said, that's kind of how I feel sometimes. How do you say that word? I have it held up into the...
I don't know what it means.
Neuroticism? Maybe that is. Okay. This trait is characterized by facets such as anxiety. Yeah, some people cause me a lot of anxiety. Hostility. That one comes from over there. Depression.
Oh, God, that tire just hit the side of my head.
She was thrown under the bus is what was happening. I don't know if y'all got that. I just wouldn't explain it to you. Depression. I have that sometimes. Like, I can sense when I'm heading there, and then I'm like, okay, I don't have time for that. And this is where, like, my part of, okay, I need to get things done, and I don't need to wallow in it. So I gotta, like, tap myself out of it. And Brad's really good at saying, hey, you need to quit that. I'm like, you're wrong. Self-consciousness. I've noticed as I get older, less of that. I still have it. Because I
still have periods when I have it too, if I'm totally honest. But it's like as you get older, you're, you know, give a sugar biscuits works a lot less over time.
Yeah. And then impulsiveness. I don't have a lot of that. And like, even when I did, I had a lot of anxiety towards anything that was too impulsive. Vulnerability, I'm okay with that. And I think that I like that. Because it's okay to be vulnerable. But don't take advantage of that. You know, like with the whole mindfulness and being straightforward. That's how I believe about all this. I don't know if we're using this properly or not, but I liked the idea, and this was fun to have a conversation with y'all about.
Yes, Ricky, you missed out on a lot. You need to go back and watch the first part. I still really understand where this is going, but I don't have to because it's not my problem.
Okay. So we're going to keep those things in mind while we're doing our facets. These are the facets of me. Artistic, detailed, particular, fussy. Maybe we just write these words out on a page. And we have done the best if we just do pages outside and then I glue it into the book, because I don't like to be fully committed to, you know, because things are getting good in here.
Yeah. There's no sense
in messing that all up.
Yeah. Trying a new recipe.
Yeah. Okay, so I don't know. We'll try to do a two page spread situation. But let's do this because I'm going to, yeah, I want that. And I want that. Yeah, we're going to do it that way. Boop, boop, boop. I think it might be kind of fun to think about.
So you're just removing those so it doesn't crocodile?
No, I'm removing these because this is what we're going to work on. And then I'll glue them into the thing. Because let me tell you, like, working inside of the book, especially now that it does have other stuff in it, has been a little bit tricky. Because even kind of gluing in some of that. But this way we know what the size, and it also does help, like, we're going to have to pull more pages out of that thing, like, once we're all done.
I don't know what we're talking about here.
Alright, there we go. Now we have our pages. I was going to cut this out. I like this thing. And maybe if I just write the words in there after I do the hooty-doo. I don't know if it's going to show up or not, but we'll see. Y'all stick with me. Just have, you know, chit-chat.
Okay, we're chit-chatting. Hello, Wendy.
Ask P questions.
Yeah, you need to keep me engaged because otherwise I start, you know,
you start telling me
involved in the process and making suggestions when I really don't even understand what the hell's happening here. That's probably not a good idea.
Yeah, y'all distract her,
Eddie
basically.
Eddie says he has faith in your process.
Thank you, Eddie. And yes, I did like totally what my daughter does, which I put that in the middle of the one page, and don't judge me on that one. I'll save it for notes.
Oh, here, Paula says, only create, and this is her ocean, only creates exceptional art, never ending. And then she LOL'd it. She lolled it.
And that's kind of hers, too, because it's never ending.
I'm good at beginnings. I just don't like endings.
No. Okay. Oh, I wanted to discuss.
And Grace says, did you know that Jasper Johns is still alive? No, I did not. Wow. He's old.
All right, my friends. So I wrote on the back here. See, this is Photoshop on the letterhead and normal setting. I get the best, and it seems to match up to the actual colors that I see on the screen and what I feel like is probably closest to the Pantone themselves. I mean, you don't know what the Pantone is absolutely unless you have swatches from Pantone.
Do you?
Because even on the screen, you're going to see it differently.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why I like to preface that, so don't get wrapped up in it. Because see, you can see even here, same file, printed from the same computer onto the same printer. The only thing that changed was what software. See, this is Adobe Acrobat, and it was on auto and normal. You can see the difference there. This was from Photoshop with, oh, sorry. Is that right? Photoshop letterhead. Okay, photo normal. Yeah, see, so this was Photoshop, and then I changed it to photo, because actually that was the first one I printed out. I was like, that ain't right. Because it holds the settings from the last thing. But see how much more ink it pushes in if it thinks that it's like a photo paper. Most of the time, just the best, like the setting for your printer to print to just regular cardstock or letterhead or whatever is just the don't go best or anything like that, because when you do that, it pushes too much ink, and then you're going to get these darker colors, and you're going to get more bleed. And a lot of times those colors aren't true to really what was meant to be. I say meant to be. Really just, that's all, like, you know, depends on who you ask. That's really where I'm going with
I
that.
think these would, I mean, depending on which one you choose, they're rather monochromatic.
Yes, and I love that. I am very excited about that. That didn't excite a lot of people.
I'm not excited.
There were lots of people.
Paula's not excited.
And
either.
I know Paula and Carrie both were not like super duper like on board
Hello,
with it.
Jennifer. She had pink hands and
Hello, Jennifer.
and hello flags.
Okay, so
And hello, Cheryl. Oh, they're dealing with tornado warnings. Thank heaven. But I mean, it has been colder than crud here.
cold. Like yesterday was super cold. All right, let's test these out because we like to do the marker business. Ooh, that feels very carroty.
Wendy says she has trouble, Wendy, or matching those things up on her printer. This is what I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to.
Oh, good God, no! Nobody wants you doing that.
Nobody wants me to do that because
wants you near that. A part of it.
Yeah, it wouldn't be pretty.
There's just too much.
On so many levels.
Too much anger and aggression. So many things. Ooh, that's pretty. Now that might be even too light for a fleshy pink, but I'm kind of digging it. Okay, so let's go one more. See, and that might be our. Okay, that's that. Okay, this is peach, which is crazy because see, look at the cap. Wouldn't call that peach, but we're gonna match that to that, and see, there. All right, looky there. Okay, that was that one, but let's see what this is. See, that's a little too bubble gummy, so I think this really is our better
You
bet.
need to peach out there.
Yeah, like, it's hilarious.
And Cynthia says she loves pastel colors.
I do too. I really do. I didn't always, but.
It says, I think P is my spirit animal. Oh, I love it.
You just don't even know how happy that makes her.
These color names are very cheeky.
Yes.
As in butt cheeky?
Okay. You can leave that for chat. They can handle that business.
Yeah. Just a minute. I'm wiping my glasses off so I don't have to read through a fog and think I'm going blind.
I don't know if I should go over the top of this. Number one, it's
Becky wants to know if I remember any of the cheers. Yeah. And I love this one because it helps me remember how to spell success. SUCCESS. That's the way you spell success. You know, and just keep doing it over and over again. That was probably one of my. I was a cheerleader because that was really what my mother wanted for me. It was not necessarily my. I mean, you know, I was okay. I don't really get into it. I guess, you know, I liked some aspects of it, but then others were just like, you know, you had to like be spot on, cheerful all the time, and God knows that was never
even back then was never really a thing.
Yeah. And I don't know. Yeah. I did not embrace cheerleading with my heart. Let's just say that.
Was not part of her ocean.
I was living my mother's dream. And that was.
Sometimes we do that for our mothers.
I'd been a lot better off. But they didn't even offer art at my school. So, yeah. All right. What are we doing here?
Well,
okay,
I know this
there's
is
somebody.
not terribly interesting, but.
Cheeky as in silly. Yeah, I understand what the word means.
Yeah. She was just being also silly.
Was being, inappropriate. Which, yeah. I was that too. And I got in a lot of trouble for calling the principal's son a showboat.
Oh.
I was in trouble a lot. It's a good. My parents, we were. I think I've told this story before. We were in between telephone lines, so we did not have a telephone that went directly to our house. We would just go and use my grandmother's, which was a half a mile down the road, right? And I would probably have been in a lot more trouble if we'd actually had a telephone because they couldn't call my parents, and I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that because I used to say that. Go ahead. I said, we don't have a telephone. You can call my mom, my dad. I mean, I tried to you know, do the cheerful cheerleading business, but
oh, that may be too similar to that one. There are 3 more colors here. Trying to transition here nicely. So we're sort of hitting the colors, but see, that's way too yellowy.
Whoa, I did not know that. Sea otters have flaps under their armpits to keep stones from cracking.
Oh my God, I saw that on who posted that? Because I saw that online too. We must be on the same algorithm, Paula. But I thought that was so
I
cute.
didn't have any.
You didn't get that?
Uh-oh.
See, automatically these are gonna be different just because, number one, this is just printed on like the cheapy color copy, like, actually, I don't even know if it's color copy paper, but like 20-pound paper.
Yeah.
And then, so there's a grayscale of ink that was put out here. That's going to soak up, and that is going to alter the color of my markers here. But I don't think it was going to do enough over here from this to this because I was using the darker color. So that's why I came back around here and I'm using this one. I don't know if this is doing exactly what I thought it was going to do, but I kind of like it. I like the idea of the swirl. I like the transition of color. And I don't really care whether the things show up in the way that they're supposed to. Number one, it's circular, so that's fine. We'll just try to keep our little, I don't know if we keep to the ocean thing. We don't have to do that. We've already, like, you know, made the thing happen over here. That was sometimes just the exercise of doing something is what we're supposed to do, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Did you get a package today, Mariah?
Well, our mail doesn't arrive until like 1:30-ish. So if it's supposed to arrive today, it has not arrived yet.
Okay, and Alice Ghost Nomad wants to know if wouldn't a whiter version of your circle be better for color rendition?
You're exactly right, and that's what I was just discussing there. But I wanted this because I needed this as a template. and I was okay with the whole like I said, it was really accidental that I printed it out grayscale. I had a monochromatic version that was supposed to be orangey pinky. That didn't print, and then I was like, okay, I'm over this, and I'm not figuring that out right now because again, I just didn't have the time. Okay, we're gonna go darker.
Ellen B's here, the bumbling crafter, just
Hey,
checked
Patty.
in. And Carla says she also uses that to spell success. SUCCESS.
That's the way we spell success.
Yeah, we didn't do any of that any of that extremely, like the
No, like what they did, like competition type stuff.
oh gosh, no.
This was like early on.
we I think we did build pyramids or whatever, but
That was the extent.
I didn't go topside. Let's just say that.
She was a bottom.
It's looking like a huge donut. Says
There we
Lori.
go.
And hello, Ellen. So tell me again, why are you coloring this
Okay,
and spending all of this time coloring this in?
because I like the idea of this thing. I like that the colors swirled around. I needed an example. I probably could do this on my own, and maybe I'll do it on the back as well.
I would think a freehand would look a lot more interesting, and it would be irregular. This is just kind of
Well, I like things that fit. This is one of my facets of my personality that I have. But I am particular
this is
and
certainly
fussy.
True.
I am particular and fussy, and this met my expectations of particularness and fussiness.
I would have just drawn it out and made it, like
crud.
I would have messed up the edges and everything so that it looked like it was.
Yeah, she's throwing me off and messing me
Yeah.
up. I'm gonna blame her. Mm-hmm.
Mariah, this is one of your neuroeroticisms.
It is my neuroeroticism.
Can y'all tell it's Monday? Paula says a big old donut. And Jocelyn says, this is her ocean.
That's right. This is my ocean.
And Darcy says they could be petals on a flower. Well, shucky darns, they sure could.
They could.
Boy, that one right there is really working out.
Now listen, I would let's bring you back here, because remember here, I know it makes everybody's not so happy about the monochromaticness of it. It fills my heart.
Anne says it needs some sprinkles.
Okay, we might put some sprinkles with it. The sprinkles are gonna be our words. Okay, y'all.
There we go.
There she is in all her glory, that donut.
Uh-huh. The bumbling crafter wants to know, what is the ocean part? I love it.
Kind of missed it, so you gotta go back.
Fabulous. Now, see, you could even make that thing wavy, and you'd get more, wavy on the edge.
Okay, but all right, I'm going. You know what? Because I am also agreeable sometimes. See, look, where is that one? That's under I don't remember. There's an agreeableness underneath one of these, so I'm gonna meet you there. See, these are the facets of all of us.
I saw that, Becky.
You just don't understand my abilities.
Rhonda doesn't
of justification. Okay.
Rhonda doesn't like sprinkles.
I love the idea of sprinkles. I want sprinkles to be more than what sprinkles give, because sprinkles usually they don't taste very good, and then they get kind of like they're waxy or whatever, so they stick to your teeth. For the amount of aesthetic joy that they give, they do not give it in the
taste area.
In the actual experience. They are a visual experience only. I believe that. Okay. So we you know, we did the thing here. This still makes me happy in certain ways.
And they say that you don't need to justify yourself. Just keep going.
Oh, I just like to justify because it's funny.
Yes, they are waxy.
Okay. All right. So, how do you think I should freeform this, and do we keep it to 5 sections? What's the feeling here, as far as that is concerned?
Well, that's a really good question. You know, after I opened my big mouth and said, "Well, I'd just draw it."
Yeah, would
I'm
you?
sitting
Okay.
here going,
Hey, in fact, I could even. You know what I'm gonna do, because I think this will be super fun. If you will draw me out yours on that side.
oh my gosh, and I got to get it right the first time because this is the
No,
good
you
paper.
Well, no, you can flip it over. I'll give you another piece. I said I have extra in the book because no way that I'm going to use all of that in the book.
Okay.
So you do something there.
All right.
Now keep in mind, she's not looking at chat exactly. I'm going to try to, gauge that a little bit better.
All right. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to use this fancy. I'm not going to use your fancy paper. I'm going to use unfancy paper.
Okay.
And then you can use that as a template.
Now, like my exposure to Mariah Elizabethness says that I should make this, especially since we talked about sprinkles and, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Should I make this more like painty ocean, which I could do?
This is not big enough. And
I think I'm just going to kind of freeform it in whatever. So I got to get these in the right order, though. For sure.
Yes, I agree. Can I borrow your little template for just 1 minute?
Sure.
Kind of my size, because you want it similar to this size.
Oh, no, it just has to fit on the page. That's the only reason I printed that one out. And in fact, I think that's a little small.
Okay.
So it just has to fit on the page.
It just has to fit on the page.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Look at us working through things. We are having some very good agreeableness.
All right. So basically what I'm doing is I'm just drawing. I'm doing like Izzy does, circle.
Okay.
And then I'm coming back in and I'm kind of giving it jaggedy things around the edge.
Okay. That would explain. Yeah, that fits your... Mm-hmm.
But here's the other thing that you could do. You could really make these into like ocean waves.
What is with all of our pencils? Why do the pencils just disappear?
Because Izzy takes them.
Poor kid. She always gets blamed for her.
She does. All right. So see, Mariah.
Okay.
Just, freehand, oceany, wavy.
I want you to do me one, and I'm gonna do one over here too. I'm gonna do yours on on one side, and then I'm gonna do mine. You don't have to color it or anything. You just have to give me the base of it. Oh, and these mechanical pencils, they.
Oh, I do not like mechanical pencils. Well, they don't like me.
Yeah, we don't get along. We don't have agreeableness with the mechanical pencil. All right, to me, I'm going to take up this whole page, I believe. And I don't think it necessarily has to be the circle business, but I need 5 sections. So I'm going to sort of go, all right, 1, 2, 3, and that'll give me 4, 5. Okay, so Carrie, look away. I know, like, he would totally, like, measure these out. I'm eyeballing things. We're going to go with, okay. Ooh, do I need that? Yeah, because that'll be, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I got my 5th up there. All right, look at that.
Well, mine's it's not really totally round.
Now I need to figure out my colors exactly here. So this is my dark orange. I'm going to put that there. These are my other dark oranges. So that's good. That one should be second for sure. Where does this fit? Is it it darker or I think it is. Or, see, it's slightly different, but it's not different enough. Do I like that, or do I drop it down here? How do I feel about that? I think I actually put it in between. That's really where it should go. All right, that's going to go like that. And then I got kind of my yellowy. That is not going to go in this mix. You go back over here. We got more peachy business. All right, I need to, okay, doing.
Sorry, I'm fancy cutting.
Yeah, she's doing her thing over there. All right, going to make, oh, bye, Anina. Hi and bye. So see, I feel like that sort of still fits in. So we're going to go that route. Maybe drop that orange. I don't know. Drop that. Dun-dun-dun. Don't drop that. Dun-dun-dun. Okay, love that one for sure. We're going to go with the pinky ones. I'm going to get rid of the peachy ones. Whoop!
Sorry.
Or do we just remove this?
The bone thing.
Out of it. And then go boop. 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 And boop. I think we got it, y'all. That's how we're going to do it. How we're going to do it. Gonna get her done and do it. Bye, Rosemary. Thanks for hanging. Now, I don't know. I should have.
I don't know if I want to cut the rest of this out unless you really think you want it, because I don't think it's worth the.
Well, see, once again, here, this is kind of like the mask situation where you get really excited about making these swirly whirls, but then the whole cutting it out business trickier.
I really don't like to do it.
Okay. But this was her. This is her ocean. But I like it, and I think we can work with that. Let's get this done first, see how far we get.
Okay, I can start reading things again.
Yes, please. Yeah, and I got some thoughts on, because we're going to bring some other fun stuff into this. So not only the words, but
Jenny Roberts Day wants to know, does each live have a different theme? I'm new to your live videos. Well, it depends on if Mariah's doing it or if I'm doing it. If I'm doing it, it's probably going to have the same one for multiple days, because that's just how I do things.
That's just how she do.
But that's not to be, say 100% there.
Right.
I might change my mind and decide to do. I lost my feathers.
You still hasn't found them feathers.
I still haven't found the feathers. I know that they're stuck to the back of something, but I swear to God, I've moved everything. I don't know what happened to them. Next thing is I'm going to blame it on Izzy and just have Mariah print me some more. Okay, Lexi says, how much will y'all pay me to sit in the background and fussy cut on command? Oh my gosh. Yeah. Where are you when I need you? This fussy cutting of this business here is...
We can give you room and board.
Yes, we can.
And I will say, the room and board food is... Yeah,
it's kind of fix on your own.
There's not a lot of...
When we invite people over, we just say, we hope that you are self-sufficient.
Yeah.
Because the wait time around here could be, detrimental to your health. If you're waiting for somebody to feed you.
Kind of wish I would have used paint with this particular one, but these are going to be thinner. So my orange, my carrot curl is the largest section.
Well, I'll have to check out Eddie's pointing.
Oh, did he point?
Somebody said he did.
Oh.
It has not been verified by the management here. But, But Alexi said she just cooks a batch of veggie burritos and eats one a day anyway.
Okay.
There you go. What kind of veggie she is. I might eat those too.
Yeah, are these like prepackaged things?
The color, okay, Mo says the colors are peach, flushing pink, and carrot curl. Well, aren't those just jolly little?
Oh, don't even. I think they're wonderful. Hey, this marker paper, seriously, I just love it. Because, see, you can tell that, like, it doesn't ball up fat. Now, I mean, it eventually will. You really work an area. But it takes a lot more than just regular paper. Because remember, this is the marker.
Yeah, it is a specialty sketchbook.
Yeah. There you go.
Oh, Anthony, are you snuck in there? I didn't even know you were there. Oh, you guys are getting a lot of rain up there also. Hey, we have been getting lots of rain, and we never ever turn down rain here.
I know.
Because it's horrible when we don't get rain. He says he's been here a while.
Okay.
I didn't see you. I was probably doing my
Cutting.
fussy cutting.
All right. So there's that one.
Oh my God, that sounds wonderful, Lexi. Her vegetarian burrito.
Yeah.
Carrot, potato, carrot, zucchini, broccoli, and snap peas, and slap some cilantro, avocado, cheese, and salsa on there, and wrap that sucker up.
All right.
That sounds pretty yummy. I was multitasking. Yes, Mariah told me that she's going to she really expected me to be a lot more positive than I usually am today.
I needed that.
So oh, and chickpeas. Chickpeas are always good. They can cause a bit of flatulence,
yeah.
but not anything that unless you're going to.
Hey, if you're just hanging out, Arty.
Gala soiree. You have to rip some off or something. Yeah, they've usually got an outside exit that you can step out. Oh, I missed his brag. I got to meet Tim Waltz yesterday. Oh my gosh, seriously. At the Network for Public Education Conference. Oh, I love it.
Did you tell him about us?
Did you say that there's some other
I've been trying to reach out to Tim.
I think he's just the best.
Seriously, I have.
And he signed his t-shirt.
I have sent him multiple messages on Instagram. So if you run into him again, please let him know. Or if anybody else runs into him, please. I got ideas.
Dear Lord, she must be from Canada.
Lexi?
She wants to know who Tim Waltz is. Or is that a teacher thing?
Well, she may not get the reference to, who, saying, yes, that is the same one that people...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if this one's running out or not.
Yes, he is the governor of Minnesota.
Well, he was in Houston not too long ago.
Yes, and he was a teacher.
Yeah. And his wife is still currently, I believe. All right. Kind of dig that. Now, I know we've got 5 swirls and 3 colors, but we're kind of breaking these down like we usually do, because when I do these, I usually mix in some of the other colors. You know what I mean? I wonder if I should have gone with a dark. Okay, and just do this lighter one at the end. I'm going to switch the rotation of this, y'all. Switching rotation.
Oh, so you're going with the lighter one next?
No, yeah. I'm going to go with the lighter one at the end. So I'm actually meeting the darker pink up with the orange. That really should have been my... It just works better, I think, for the blending. Because you don't want that higher contrast, you know what I mean? Because the orange has got a darker hue. This is really the wording I wanted to use
there. Okay, I'm not sure what some of the I don't know what that means.
What?
She loves how you color. You color in the same direction. Well, boy, you don't want to watch me color.
Well, I'm trying to be good here. I know I'm probably driving some people crazy because they're like, that's really not my approach. But
yeah, I think you needed to do this like the cooking cake.
Well, we didn't know that this is what we were going to do. So y'all are like, you know, part of the exploration process.
There you go. Y'all need to get involved.
Yes. They have been involved.
Yes.
With ocean and everything. And don't worry. Now, one of my options would have been to erase those lines so they were much lighter and then they weren't going to show through, because at this point I can't erase them. Like they're there.
Bye, Anthony.
But what we're going to do is did he answer on whether or not he, you know, what kind of conversation he had? But
yeah.
Anyway,
yeah,
I'll reach out to Anthony.
Yeah.
I have more questions. But yeah, so we're going to do some other fun stuff here. You know how this all goes, y'all. Because remember, we're doing the color combo along with collage prompts. These are the facets of me. And hopefully I'm hitting some of the other points, because I know there's a whole long list that goes with this post of things. If Eddie wanted to start dropping some of those just as like little ideas and things in the chat, that would be super awesome and very appreciated.
331, Jocelyn says she likes the lines, and 331, Christina says,
oh, hi, Christina.
Ask if you're using acrylic markers.
I am, and we love these markers. They are very reasonably priced. I think you can actually even buy them directly from, I think Artex has a website, because we're kind of encouraging people not to use Amazon as much as they possibly can. But you can get them on their website. I love them. They're very reasonably priced. They have been lasting quite some time.
Yeah, and Izzy uses these also. So.
Izzy also uses them, so they hold up. And
I
love the pointy tip on them. Sorry, that's kind of skin colored. Here, hold on. There you go.
And I will say also that this paper allows for the coverage that you're seeing here. Because it is special paper.
It's slicky, kind of.
Yeah. It's a little thicker than your usual.
Yeah.
Eddie says you could use transparent layers like cellophane or acetate for a prism effect. I'm processing that information. Bartender's daughter said hello.
Hello. So, I just got these. Remember, Sue gave them to me. But look, they fit our color. That might be kind of fun. Look at that. Do we love or hate or just feel meh about that? I don't know. There could be something fun to do with that, because we could write the words.
Oh, yeah.
In the orange one, at least. Okay, that's something to think about. Okay, this one's done. This one.
Alice says these are 70s vibes.
Yeah, they really are. Like when Eddie did his color combo papers, I was just so like, I mean, laughing, just like totally.
I think my problem with these colors is that and I know that you're allowed to bring in, other neutrals.
Oh, in fact, that might be what we do with the lines. Ooh, that would be good, like with gold. Oh, I can make that, and then that looks like, oh yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
That wasn't necessarily what I had in mind. Too.
That wasn't where she was going, but that's where I'm going.
Where I was going with, chocolate brown. Or like a blue that was almost black. And do some very scary, lines there.
Mm-hmm. You want me to hand you back your circle?
I've reevaluated my circle. It's too hard to cut out.
This is one of the many facets of me. I am not into that. That required way more
energy than I'm willing to put forth.
There are some things that she will fuss with for days, and then there's some things that you're like, nope, I'm out.
Fussy cutting is one of them. It's just I'm just so fumbly, and I don't like it. Lizzie Jean said Eddie's combo was worth a pair of 70s bell bottoms.
Oh, yes, totally. And then he made a cover out of it. So, I don't know if Eddie, he probably already dropped the link in, but if you guys want to check his out, and then be sure to check Carrie's out. I don't know who else has done
those little corners there. What are you going to do with those little corners there?
Well, this is one of my other colors.
Oh.
I think this one's starting to kind of run out. That's why I'm coloring differently with it, because you can see it.
Soul Train. I used to watch Soul Train. He put in his info there on how to get over there and watch it.
Okay.
And then Carrie did this also?
Oh, yeah. Carrie starts the month. I mean, because it's him and Paula's. This is their baby. And so he starts off the month with a video. And Paula posts in the group. She's obviously got her stuff over there. And then many folks, I've seen quite a few people partake in this one. Oh, I guess I need to keep that out, though. Since we've used it, we're going to mark it over here.
Oh, and Paula says you don't have to use the color combo for your April collage.
That is true. I just combo things up.
She's just doing it.
That's what I like to do.
Oh, and Sue says she has trimmers that make cutting hard, and I like dies for that reason.
Yeah. What's up with these pinks, man? Well, actually, I do know what's up with the pinks. The pinks
Hello, Brandy. Just now saw your hands. Yeah, that pink's kind of poopy.
I know, but it goes really well with the... See, I mean, it's kind of the main one.
Well, I think leaving the corn, as an afterthought. I think you needed a stripe to go all the way across on all of them, not just, and then you've already.
What do you mean?
The bottom one.
I know. I lost it. But hey, remember I was freehanding.
And you weren't counting your spaces.
Well, I was kind of counting my spaces, but I should have moved this up and not maybe swoop down so much.
Yeah.
But, we're learning things here. If y'all do something like this at home, you now know some things to take into consideration.
There you go.
Okay, I don't think I want to do this quite yet, but that is going to be our gold. All right, so we're going to write some words in here. And I don't think they need to be like, because these are my words. They're my thing. Kind of curling up with all the painty business going on there. Maybe I'll just do them in white. So I'm going to pick one word from each thing. Or maybe throw a couple in if I can fit them. What do you think?
Sure.
Like, so the first one is my O. Of the ocean.
And see, I don't see how you're going to get any words on those little corner pieces down there. It's, not going to look like you're emphasizing the corners.
Well, I only have the one word.
O for orifice.
Maybe this is kind of like how a lot of people vulnerable.
Well, I can't even see it.
Exactly.
Is that supposed to be?
Mm-hmm. Actually, that's supposed to be I. T. We'll go. Mind.
Lizzie Jean loves your rocker bracelets.
Thank you.
And see, I can see that one. So you just decided you're going to go with white over all of the...
Yeah, because then I think that keeps it.
Well, I can't see those bottom ones.
That's fine. I'm going to say make it happen.
Hi, Devin.
There we go. I want another word that goes with the empath. What do y'all think?
Sensitive.
SENSI.
Mhm.
Sensitive.
TIVE.
Look at that. All right. How we doing on time? Oh, goodness, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That.
Okay. I got a new one of these. Let's use the new one because the old one's gooked up and I can sometimes just not even get it open. All right. I need to shake, shake, shake.
Eddie's singing to us. I don't know that song. Liz loves your hairstyle, Mariah.
Thank you. It's doing some weird things today, but going with it.
Devin says yes, watch the replay. She missed most of it.
Yes, I showed your stuff from Christmas. And it really was from Christmas. There was a Christmas stuff in there. Like, I need this to be a little more goofy, but come on. There you go. Trying to keep this in camera, show y'all, and also be at an angle that I can follow my lines here.
Oh, Paula wants to know if I were doing the collage prompt, what 3 colors would I use? I would use some of my favorites: red iron oxide, indigo blue or Prussian blue, and I don't know, maybe transparent yellow iron oxide, one of the yellows in that mix. Those are the colors that I use all the time. I mean, y'all know that.
Not really a stretch or a...
Not really a stretch there. Sometimes I throw in hot pink, but I like it to be a accent rather than a main. Like what I did when I picked up some pink with the what is that called? The fingerprint one that has another name, but I don't know what it is. I think it's one of Froyal's stencils.
Oh, the paint dash.
Paint dash, which I really like that. And remember, I used the micaceous iron oxide on that to get the print, the dash, the print, fingerprint thing on there. Then I came back with hot pink and made sure that it went over. And it was the transparent pink. It wasn't the opaque.
These markers are tricky to use. Just want y'all to know that. And especially this chisel tip business.
Is that one of those pumpers?
Yes.
Oh Lord, I hate those things. They're either globbing out or not working.
It's either
I don't even. I've already thrown those away.
I love it so much though.
Jocelyn loves the gold.
Thank you, Jocelyn.
The problem is the good gold always comes in this pump thing. The crappy gold comes in the other one that writes, all the time.
It's just fine, but it's just not as blangy.
It isn't very at all. I kind of like it, but Mariah doesn't like
it's
it.
a dull gold. Love that. I think that's pretty groovy.
The gold accent really shows up here. The words on each one of them come across as more of a texture than they do. I don't see the words necessarily.
Yeah, good. In fact, I'm almost tempted to go over this one because it is the most visible. I'm gonna maybe go over it with the other orange.
I don't know if you should do that. I don't know what it'll do. You could try it out on another piece of paper. Art is a struggle sometimes.
What do you mean?
Well, you're going to go over because of the contrast at the top there, you're going to have less contrast.
Yeah, I kind of want it to have less.
So that it fits in with the others.
But I don't know. I mean, I don't hate it.
No, I don't either. I just
Okay, well, let's. I need this to dry, and I need to know that it's dry before I start putting my hand across it, doing
before you
anything
skate,
else.
skate your
So
hand
we
across
need
it.
to. We're gonna do our little thing here. We're gonna make sure that we notate that we've used the gold, and we're gonna do a little swirl business. Tell you, this thing is just not giving me what I want today. And this is the new one. I will say I use this quite a bit. There we go. Okay. That.
Hello, Anne.
I think I should glue this on the back just because we should represent that we have, this was part of it, even though it's not beautiful. Should certainly be represented in the making of the page. We also need to, well, I don't have to find them.
Oh, don't forget your dots. Where do the dots go?
Oh, well, we need this to dry. And maybe dots.
Okay, Anne says she loves the colors. Very 60s mod. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes, totally. Oh, you know what I need? I need a stamp. Because I got an idea about that.
You're going to be stamping? What stamp do you want?
Very good idea. And I just had a brilliant idea about all this, too. Kind of wish I... Well, I would...
You could frame it with dots. That's an idea.
No, I got an idea.
I remember Mary Quaint.
I need... Okay, you're going to have to dig in your stamps over there.
Gold dots at the top, maybe?
I got ideas, but I need Carrie's either the filled in dots or the, yeah. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh, I think I do.
We need some mark makers with the dots. Yeah. Even the one that you kind of chewed up, which was the, what was it, decoded, because it has little dots on it, so I feel like that would match up. Okay.
This?
Oh, those are good dots too. Okay, yes, I want all the dots, because I've got an idea about this. We're going to cut it up and do some things. All right, we got 27 minutes. We can make this happen. I'm going to dot everything here. Boop. 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 There's that one.
Oh, and Carlos says maybe put the donut on the facing page.
Yeah.
There's your dots.
There's more blobs than dots, but... Okay, but I need more. Like, other stamps. I want the one that I asked about. Pretty please. Thank you. Okay, these are the pinks. This is going to be...
This one?
That works. Okay, I like that.
Oh, I don't know what other one you're talking about.
Okay, so there is it should be in that bunch of stuff there. And it's like little pebbly looking ones almost.
Okay, like this?
Yes. And then there's a filled in one. So I need 5 different ones. These are 3. I need give me 2 more with dots.
I don't have those here.
Okay, I'm gonna look over at the other thing. Telling you, this one's had some rough. Somebody's been rough with it. Her name's Izzy. Calling her out.
Oh, I thought maybe this is the one that you meant. It's kind of random filled in.
Mm-hmm.
This thing.
That's another one of the
I don't know what you're talking about on that. Maybe it's into my circle.
yes, I bet so.
Circle bunch of stuff. Overlapping circles?
Maybe I'll take that one.
It look more bubbly.
So what's hilarious is, okay, these are all Carrie's. He likes some circles. So these are bubble wrap. This is the smallest one. This is the medium sized one. There's a bigger one. This is from the shape it up, I think is what we called these. But there's squares, triangles, and then the circles. This is sketchy circles. I like that. Okay, we can do that. All right. So here's my thought with this, because we want all right, this has more dots. I'm gonna remove this one from this. Okay, so that gives me 5. Okay, perfect. You're good.
There's a
Square dot. No, I'm good. All right, I'm gonna give that one back to you. And then if you'll jump back onto chat. I've got to find a thing for those. Okay, that's that. That's this. Okay, we're going to stamp. That's going to be fun. Love that little card. Really loving on that. Okay, now my worry here is that we don't know what we're going to get. See, there's muck on these, but that's fine. All right, facets. I need facets.
Oh, you could use your pencil eraser as a stamp.
Oh yeah, that's a great idea.
Also have, multiple tape roll things over here. What? You're cutting it?
I am.
Lots of bold move.
This is part of my assertiveness.
Well, there we go. Circle, circle, dot, dot. What kind of paper was used? This is that special paper that's in that little sketchbook.
Yeah.
It's for markers.
Let me show you. 1 second. That's why I keep it. That's why I do this. It's this one right here. I think that you can get these over at Blick. Pretty sure about that.
Oh, speaking of Blick, did y'all see that Blick wrote in the comment section? Holy cow, I was like, oh man.
We talked about it yesterday. I think most of these folks were here yesterday. But if you weren't, if you go back to Thursday's video, Blick did comment on one of our videos. We're very excited about it.
Lexi's loving watching you assert.
Thank you, Lexi. Very much appreciate that. Okay, so we've got some pink here. Now, I'm just gonna, be real honest and let y'all know that fingers crossed we can get some clean stamping. I can't guarantee that. New color. See, I would love to tell you that these are.
Oh, Darcy said that she told them
colors
that we'd love to say hi and chat in a live stream.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I keep meaning to go back and look at the, because I know that y'all were gonna go over and like the thing and push it up, and I need to pin it. I just haven't quite gotten there yet.
Okay. I don't know what B paper is either, Paula.
I think that's really the it's the name. It's the brand. Sorry, the brand. Okay, that's pretty good. Now, on the orangey colors, I'm going to do pink, and on the pinky colors, I'm going to do orange.
They liked her comment. Blick liked her comment on their
so they're
comment.
watching.
So that's cool. Oh, it's B brand wallpaper at the W store.
Hey, looky there. Oh, I think that's fabulous. Does that count as dots?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
It's round. I would say it's dots without a middle.
Dots without a middle.
Oh, and it's
That's funny. Okay, that one's used. Doop, doop. All right, we need to...
inexpensive color paper. Everybody agrees those are some kind of dots. Yeah.
Okay. There we go. We have marked the moment with this one. Gonna try to fit everything on here. Okay. I like that color with this one. I was really worried that we were gonna get this done, like too quickly. I should never worry about that.
I don't know why.
Yeah, I did. I just that should not be one of my anxieties. Izzy really wants to do like one of those little video things. I have been learning one, not the anxiety one. That one's pretty easy.
And I think this is interesting too because, these, we were talking before about the lines that I was using around the edge of the circle that I cut out are a little bit more dangerous looking. And what you have to remember when you're doing this kind of thing, and especially since this is supposed to be indicative of your personality, do you have sharp, dangerous lines, or do you have soothing, soft, swirly lines?
That.
There you go. Need to take that into account. Mine would be more sharper edged. A dangerous donut. Yeah, right.
She's a dangerous donut.
I'm a dangerous donut.
Beware of her sprinkles. I know she'd chuckle at that.
Yeah, they're not necessarily golden either.
No.
Probably dark and ominous.
Well, it didn't really hit a peachy. I don't know that I have necessarily.
Okay, Paola, the Bee Paper Company is the book in which Em is working. I think we found it expensive for us over on this side of the pond.
Oh, yeah, probably. Yeah. I would assume so.
Paola just spit out her red wine. Well,
okay.
I don't know if we're using that color today.
I need the marigold, if you would, pretty please.
Oh, God. I've got some stuff in front of the stamps here, honey bunny. I don't know what's marigold is.
So I was thinking about these words and stuff. Like, one of the reasons is it wasn't important that they necessarily showed up. I mean, I have some stamp.
I have carved pumpkin.
Yeah, that'll work too.
I don't have the pad for it. I don't think.
Well, that's not helpful.
Well, I thought you might have one.
Not really.
And
like,
this is
you
just-
have all the ones in your little thingy over there.
Distress oxide.
Mm-hmm. You have all
Yeah,
the
I know,
ones.
but I have a bunch of other stuff in front of my stuff.
Okay, which one are we gonna do here? I think we're gonna do these. I like this empath. Yeah. We're gonna call this our peachy color because I don't think she's gonna. There we go. That's cool.
I don't have it.
Patricia.
Oh, I lied. I do.
I knew you did because you keep it over there because you like it. It is what it is, y'all. Alright, I'm just gonna. Lots of pink represented here. There we go. Dots, dots, dots. Okay. Goes over here.
Here's
Now,
your stuff.
this one we're gonna have to go boop, 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 boop. Okay. And then we're gonna use. Well, that makes me a little bit sad. I mean, maybe I just do the same. No, because I want to have 5 different ones. Stick with the 5. Okay, here. I'm gonna hand these back to you. I don't know that I need that. Okay, let's.
I think I'm just going to put all these back into circles.
See what this does.
I can't put them back into circles because that was part of the problem.
Yeah, this is one of a lot of these have been Carrie's, which is great because I love being able to use his designs, especially on the mark making elements because they put the whole thing on and whatever. That's kind of cool. Be fun to remember that. Seen Carrie do this. We're gonna do this little business here. Hold on. Because I don't want to cut this out because then I have to kind of like glue them back together or whatever. I think that's what I'm gonna. I don't. You know what? Poo poo. We can do this.
Oh, I'll be right back.
It's just, hopefully we don't lose our little corners. I was gonna do a little blocky outy thing, but that was gonna be too difficult. There we go. Because we need to do this. See, we need some like that. Like that. A little like that. And a little like that. There we go. Boop, boop. That was the Bright Tangelo. Let me stamp that down. That makes me a little sad. That was a little darker than I want. Well, I'm not going to obsess about that. Boop. Okay. This is going to be our little brighter one. Our little bits on our vulnerability. Which one? I think those are Brad design. None of these are Brad design. Yeah, sorry. There was the one. This one. This polka dotty one. Yeah, those were the shape ones. Yeah, I knew they were going to be kind of grungy because of the black ink that's there. Let's see if we can. What?
Oh, Patricia's just trying to find a conversation that was early in the chat and it's nowhere to be found. Huh.
Okay, that's gonna be good. There we go. Look at that. Very pleased with the card. Now, we didn't put any, I may come back later on. Of course, y'all know. Because what's going to happen is I'm going to glue these into the book. And I may include, probably some fiber options of some sort. You know, threads and yarns and things.
Oh.
To get, you know, all the feels. Because we like the feels of things. A little sad that doesn't get them. But they need to dry before I start messing with glue, because these are the...
Yeah, those are the...
distress
inks.
oxides, so there's some ability for those to, like, you know, probably get a little cray-cray anyway.
Texture, yes, thank you, Darcy.
Words are hard. Okay, let's figure out what to hold up here.
Okay, and Carrie said if you glue them back together on black paper or card with a small border between them, they'll really stand out.
I know Carrie always wants to drop some ink or black on into things.
Yeah.
I don't.
I think that's a splendid idea, but I've got a little problem for you. This is exactly the same size as the page.
Yeah, and there's
so
not a lot
it's not gonna...
Now, I could trim, you know, but then that's a little sad about my whole... now, I could chop a top, and that would spread them all apart, because I would bring it up.
Well, that's true.
But if I were to do it, it would not be black. I might go for something a little darker or more gold in the background, but I don't like that harsh.
See, I like
I like
I
know you do, and so does Carrie. See,
I really
Rhonda and I are in the monochromatic club of we love some things that are just like all fluffy and feely. Right,
yeah.
Rhonda?
I'm just like black.
Yeah.
Give me black.
Just give it some, you know.
And we certainly, you know, with all of these pukey pale.
I love it. This makes me so happy. Okay, in fact, I need to...
puffy colors.
Okay, I gotta figure out how to hold this stuff up a little bit. Maybe oh, here, look. That's kind of hanging in there. That works a little bit, huh? That's fun.
Now, you better quit messing with those, because you're going to mess up the...
I know, but I need to take my picture.
Oh.
See, we need to go to the big cam.
Well, watch out, especially with that one you got your finger on there.
I know, and I really need to swap hands, because this is weird.
Rhonda says, pukey pale, excuse me.
I know. Just...
I know. See, I've got some people that are with me, and there's some people that are like...
against you.
Nay, nay.
Yeah. That's how it works over here at PM Arty Studio. I need to fix my lipstick, but I'll do that with maybe some Photoshoppy business. I don't know what's going on here. Why this is flat and this is not curling, and
it's because of the product that you're using. You need to change your shampoo. It's too oily.
Thanks, Mom. Okay. There we go, guys. I call this a win. I'm pretty happy with it. We achieved most things.
I think so.
And, you know, we had some good feels. All right. We shall be back here tomorrow. It will be, you know, Tweak It Tuesday. I don't know what P's getting into. I got more postcards if you want to do that, or...
I haven't decided yet.
I'm just kind of in between things right now.
I might try to mix the...
You could clean...
puffy pukey colors.
Or you could, yeah, you could clean your desk and try to find your feathers.
While people are watching
No. Today.
today, I think I need to.
She can find some other things to do. All right, guys. We'll see you back tomorrow. Who knows if she'll find those feathers or what we'll get into, but something will be tweaked. We'll see you then. Bye.
Bye.